Hello everybody, how's everyone day? This is Ame Gakita. So today we are going to discuss in regards that the terminate of VTuber reroll run by IdolEN, is it considered transparency on the company side or too much information against the VTuber herself? So in a nutshell, there is something along the line that reroll run the VTuber had been dismissed by the company due to live stream that a lot of people actually point out on, and that in that live stream it was stated that she had misuse of control system, and we'll come back to that in a while as a discussion. But what got a lot of people who read this news without knowing the full contents, like Hero Hill stating like the crazier VTuber termination, as well as Rev Say indicating his side of the story on how he think that it's just the craziest, like it's considered the craziest because due to the misuse of substance, as well as going to the point of meeting out with real life fan on an offline meeting, and in a sense can be considered that she accept gift that worth up to thousands of dollars, and conducting in a secretive relation with a member of the management team, which again we'll discuss that a little bit on. But although number 1 and number 4 point, which I will want to discuss a little bit further, but what we guys have to understand that the number 2 and number 3 is what got this YouTuber actually stating about the craziest thing ever. So, well, number 1, what we will have to discuss, and I hope you guys can bear with my voice today. I have a sore throat, so yeah, this is the only voice I can go out with. So in regard is right, real run, I has seen the full create or the full contents done by FalseEyeD, and I will put up all 4 video, and you guys will you can go and check out their video to see when putting out your skill, do you want to believe who, or do you think is the information a little bit too much, or is the information should be stated as so that there will be transparency from the agency itself? Well, putting out my skill, right, I will say that both side of the coin is balanced, and I know people won't be liking it, but I will explain my reason later on at the video. So bear with me as I try to explain basically what happened throughout. So as stated by some of the videos, apparently that Real Ron did a live stream along the line where she kind of like ちょっと待ってね. This is not a sponsor that I will accept, but at the same time I will skip that. So apparently, if you guys notice, over here, I know it's very small, but it's stating that if people donate $250 in total, if that is my understanding, that she would take a city pill. That, in a sense, had been confirmed to be a sleeping pill. And it's not wrong when the idol company or the idol corps stated misuse of control system, which means that sleeping pill is a control system that can be misused if not properly controlled. What does that mean? Well, the thing is, right, a lot of people tend to misunderstood what is control system, and control system, right, just the system itself is well known by many people as drugs. Control system, the reason for the control is that sorry, but it has to you guys have to understand that control system is inclusive of medication that has to be given and prescribed by a medical official specialist or professional that is mostly what we call them as doctors. So there are cases of people overdosing of sleeping pills, and that due to that, only a doctor with the correct position can give the sleeping pill to the patient. And in a sense that she decided to take this as a part where she would say that, oh, you just donate me $250 and I will take the silly pill. The thing is, right, we won't be very sure at that point of time that the silly pill may be considered a dangerous substance, and that in a sense can be a dangerous line to cross. Although later on it was claimed to be sleeping pill, it is still considered a misuse, and the thing is, right, it can lead to dangerous outcome if taken lightly. So on this side, I will stand with the agency for coming out with this thing. But what got the whole drama out, where a lot of people start saying like this is one of the most craziest termination ever for a VTuber? Well, the thing is, right, apparently it's just apparently, because the reason why I would say apparently for now is that although stated by the company, there is still no sentence or statement given by the VTuber in total, and even if there is, the one thing that actually got the whole situation, which I stated, that is it transparency on the agency side, or is it considered too much information? Because too much information, if not confirmed, can be considered defamation, and that the VTuber can sue the company for that. So the number 2 point and number 3 point is meeting fan in real life, because she had insinuated a member live stream. And again, if you want more information, watch FalseEyeD video. I'll put his as the first link so you guys can check his video out. Although Khyo the Rabbit VTuber as well as Rev Say had kind of like stated quite some of their information out, the thing is, right, for Rev, I will take up more on the, how do I say it, the public opinion, as well as Hero here, because they have stated something along the line of like reading just the comment and not the whole story. So in regard is that after looking all this video and some other video, I came to a understanding that there is a possibility that she got terminated due to meeting fan online, because in the sense that most VTuber never meet their fan online, except for some, maybe 1 or 2 of them. But the thing is, right, there is a reason for that. It can lead to dangerous situation, or to the point of having meet up with creeps or stalker that you might not intended, and that again will still leading to the dangerous situation where they can either get a person to stalking them for the rest of their life, or to the point of getting themselves in dangerous situation, or the worst case scenario will be getting others VTuber into the similar situation. So again, that although considered transparency on the Idol Corp side, a lot of people start talking about this whole issue, because although it's confirmed on the side that it's considered transparency, again, there are a lot of people talking about it like she did everything that everyone think VTuber do, or to the point that people discussing along the line that they were either shocked to see that or see this or do whatever they think it is, and it's really kind of like cause a lot of people to rethink about the whole situation, like is it really true or is it really false? Because again, back to back what I would actually say, like in terms of confirmation, as I believe if you guys want to go and check Rev as well as Hero here for their comment, but I will give you guys a warning in regards to what they say, is that they are giving one side of the story, so I can't really take their opinion into full valid point. But on the other hand, there are some people who go into the point of saying like, she did everything through Rockstar substance, was she shooting on? So again, like back to what I said, like because of the point number one, where we can't be sure whether what kind of controlled substance she took, a lot of people tend to due to that fact, a lot of people tend to misunderstand, like, did she taken drugs or things that she shouldn't be doing, and that in a sense caused a lot of people to have a misunderstanding. And unless people or even her herself stand out to say that it was just all a sleeping pill, excuse me, it can cause a lot of people to kind of bash on her. And due to point number one, point number two and point number three can cause a lot of people to think that she is willing to meet people in real life, to the point of like doing extra service, including essential stuff. Again, although I point out that the agency just think that it can be dangerous due to like the possibility of doxing other VTubers, but on the other hand, the thing is, right, there are speculation as well as allegation that she had go to the point of meeting friends online where she will accept sensual activities with the said fan that she had met offline. And is it true or not? I can only put out as allegation until proven, because there is no confirmation on that note, and that if confirmed, then we will run the person behind the VTuber is in a very deep trouble for her own action. But on the other hand, if there is a false allegation, then she can sue the company for, again, defamation and wrongful termination, because she got terminated for such reason. In doing so, it can land the idol company in hot water. So again, it will be back to the point that we'll have to discuss. Is it too much information, or is it considered transparency? The thing is, right, a lot of people have been ongoing stating that VTuber Agency are not transparency now, stating that issues such as vague information on the termination, especially like company from Jisanji or some other company that is got themselves to hot trouble, to the point that they are no longer not active, the agency themselves. So will this termination be the end of the company itself? Will be a debate in the future for mine and for many other people. But the one thing what we can know for sure is that this, on the other hand, can be considered too much information. Why would I say that? Well, the thing is, right, again, that we are not sure how true those statements are. And by putting it in the termination notice, not only does this landed Riddle role as one of the craziest VTuber to be terminated, the reason itself, but got a lot of people knowing what kind of person she might be. The thing is, right, why I say she might be, because it is just based off what the company say of her, but she might not be such a person. And in that case, if the company stated she is such a person and she is not, that is mean that the company is defaming her. And when that happens, again, back to the point that I would say, she can sue the company for defamation, and that is a whole new different story. So the question we have to ask ourselves, can she pull up her statement? Well, in fact, what you guys might not be aware that despite terminated by the company itself, she is technically still under the non-disclosures agreement signed by the company during the contract, meaning to say that she is under no rights to disclose her side of the story. And I know there will be some people who will be mad, like there are some people who have stated this point out. The thing is, right, NDA is a very powerful thing, and that if taken lightly can end Ron in deep trouble. And the only way for her to give herself the story will be on the iffy side, because we won't know when the disclosure is considered closed and whether that the DNA will be considered over once she got terminated. So the thing is, right, what you guys have to understand, in the law, contract and NDA are both separate agreement. Terminate only affect the contract. It does not affect the NDA. And Rioron may not be able to disclose her side of the story until when the agreement of the NDA is over. The NDA sometimes can last up to 6 months or 1 year, or in some cases way more than 3 years. So at the end of the day, it depends on the NDA that she signed and whether will she able to give out her side of the story. Given that the situation, how much will she be able to give out her side of the story will depend on how she's going to say it out. Now, that will be a whole new different story, but with the situation on hand, I will believe again that the number of people bashing on her is quite a lot, and I have seen the comment like a lot of people staking on it, and a lot of people saying along the line like again like even this situation meeting friends in real life who give us a lot of gift doing drugs again. Back to the point that even though it's just sleeping pill, apparently people will think that it's just drugs, and in the end people just say that it's all crazy things. Now, I had read quite a few comment that is related to the situation on hand, like people stating that they feel sad for the other member because affected is for this termination is not just her but the other members of Idol Corps. So at the end of the day, it can cause a lot of people to question like justify, is it considered a good thing or is it a bad thing? Because if a lot, I mean, like as long as the company trying to stay easy consider transparency, which a lot of people wish for, it can be also considered too much. Again, back to the thing I say that because we are not sure is it true or not. For point number 2 and point 13, and that, in a sense, again will backfire. And I know I'm repeating myself again and again, but what you guys might not be aware is that again, this had both implementation and it can be misinterpreted or misunderstood. And in a sense, we have to ask, like meeting friend in real life and accepting gift, right? Well, the question we have to ask ourselves is that, excuse me, is that is there no such confirmation where she can just kind of like have a all stream meet up organized by the agency themselves first, or is it considered a self action on her own part? Because now we have to think about it, right, guys. If this is done on her part without approval from the agency company itself, then in one sense, you guys have to understand that this is her own action that lead to the current situation, and that is kind of like, although some people will stay along the line of like breaking the trust of the company, but it's more towards the point of like no transfer, no communication, proper communication between herself and the company that she is under. So if you do anything willingly on your own without informing the company, in terms of contract, if we seen the contract ourselves, it is very likely that she can be terminated. Like I have seen a lot of contract, and that a company can terminate a employee, or in this case a talent, due to action done by the VTuber itself. And point number 2 and point number 3 again land in that category. So it can be considered fault on her end because she go against the contract, and contract has stated the punishment may be termination. So again, back to the point that if that allegation is true, then the information stated by the company may consider untransparent. But on the other hand, the way they stated it, excuse me again, can be considered as too much information. So we have to see how, again, the side of the story from the VTuber stated. But the point number 4, which I would like you to talk more, and bear with my voice, and I know 20 minutes might not be what a lot of people would love to hear continuously, but bear with me a little bit more. Well, the thing is, right, a lot of people say that VTuber are suggested to their own free life, their own love, their own privacy kind of thing, and I'm all for that. So what does that mean? Well, the thing is, right, a lot of people stated so a VTuber have their own life or their own love of the life. But the thing is, right, it always been kind of like part of a package where the VTuber has to be a singer or in most cases sensual or whatever. And the thing is, right, it's what made them sell SELL to the fan. So the thing is, right, when that happened, a lot of people want to be the significant half of that, say, VTuber, even though it had been stated by the VTuber for most cases that they wish not to have such relationship, or even joke about the relationship they have with the fan themselves. The thing is, right, the question we have to ask, why the relationship within the company can be considered a bit no-no, especially between the manager of the idol as well as Rori role, is that what a lot of people may not be aware is that if there is such a relationship within the company, there is a possibility that in the contract that is stated that there should be no such thing. There are actually some company out there that they prohibit. They don't say you can't have love, but they don't encourage love within the company. What does that mean? Well, it's more towards the point of favorism. And it can be a good thing or it can be a bad thing. In a sense, right, if the manager and the VTuber is in a relationship, there will be people saying that there is a high chance that the manager will give more favorism or being more biased to the said VTuber. And we can't be sure whether in this case it's true. But the one thing we do know for sure is that Rori Loan, while being terminated, the same manager in this case is also stated to have been terminated at the same time. So, in that case, it had been kind of like apparently confirmed that they are in a relationship. So, does it mean a good thing or a bad thing? Well, terminate, not a good thing. But the one thing I can say for sure is that it got a lot of people to talk about the part where they say that she had met real life friend and she is having a relationship herself. So is it really she is a person, a girl who is into many men or trying to create her own harem? Well, the thing is, right, speculation can lead to dangerous situation, and in this case, although sadly stated, it can lead to many people stating that she may be considered a harm, a dangerous word called HOE. So, is it a good thing or not? Well, the company is showing transparency, but this information can lead to misunderstanding or misinterpretation. And if the relationship is like stating just a normal dating or whatever, no sensual stuff, then people will kind of like have, then that will in a sense will be considered a safe relationship. But again, back to the thing I say, speculation really lead to dangerous situation, and we can't be sure until proven confirmed. So again, NDA may be the one that is blocking a lot of people from saying their side of the story. But again, we won't be sure until we hear the whole thing. We may also be not able to hear the whole true story after this thing. So we have to see how it goes. Again, when people ask me how my opinion on all of this, as much as I will give credit to IdolEN for their so-called statement where they stating their side of the story, I would believe that the only way we will give a proper judgment is when the said VTuber of the Termination had also given out her side of the story, and that is when we will be able to give more judgment on that. Again, the one thing that actually kind of like stating the whole situation is that FalseEyeD had actually showcased some in situation in regards that the whole situation where was it again? I think they have kind of like stayed along the line of the reaction as well as stuff where people talk about Rori or even the VTuber that belong to the agency itself. It kind of like paint quite a little bit of different story. But on the other hand, it is a very dangerous sign until we can hear the side of Rori and Ron's side. So when people ask me why do I put the skill as balance, okay, number one, giving too much information can lead to misunderstanding or misinterpretation. So well, I'll give the credit for the company for trying to be transparent, which a lot of people tend to be wishing for from an agency ever since like from termination done by Niji Sanji or graduation or along the line. The thing is, right, there are people who got terminated without reason, and that got a lot of people to come up with speculation or theory to justify what went wrong. And again, speculation lead to dangerous thing, and it can excuse me, lead to people thinking about the wrong theory or the wrong answer. And again, we'll be back to the point where we will be asking ourselves, is it all true or is it just all false? Hi, Forsan. So the thing is, right, again, is it too much information or transparency? Again, the skill is balanced. There's no way for me to tilt to one side. Now, is it a good thing or is it a bad thing in regards to such a thing? Well, I will let you guys determine on your own by writing in the comment below so that I can discuss this further. Because as for what I can say, I'm more towards the opinion of I want to listen to her side of the story first before I can give my judgment. Because if I give a judgment based on one side of the story, then I'm being biased to one side of the story and not being partial. So if you guys got more information on this and you want to discuss this further, or if I come across more information in future, well, I may discuss this in a live stream or maybe a separate video if given a chance. So with that being said, I think that should be all for today. Don't forget to press the like button if you do like this kind of contents. If you do not like this kind of contents, just go to the watch history and delete the video that you have watched this so that you will never see me again. But then again, the only thing I can say is that don't forget to subscribe if you want to watch more of my random videos or things where I talk about randomly on a daily basis and not really following a trends. Well, the subscribe button is just below me. With that being all, I hope you guys have a nice day or night. Bye.